Welcome back to Desire to Inspire. It's your mama's favorite podcast, and it's Freddie's favorite day. Actually, not technically today, in a couple days, but happy birthday, bud.
Thanks, bud.
30 years old.
30. And to all you fucking little fucking bitches that are
careful. Be careful.
To all you fucking little bitches that is like, oh my God, 30, you're so old. Oh my God, 30, it's the worst. Oh my God, you're crossing. Fuck that shit, dude. I am telling you right now that
starting off 30 aggressive.
My 30s are going to be fucking amazing. I'm letting you know that now. They're going to be great for both of us, dude.
Glad to hear. The crazy part is, if you guys saw last episode, we're recording these back to back. If they saw this energy shift, they would think we're faking it.
I promise you on everything I love, 30 is going to be the most pivotal and critical decade of my entire life.
I would have to agree.
My entire life. So not like prior, like I'm talking even into the future.
I would have to agree.
So
it's going to set up everything else. It's going to be the reason that everything else happens.
Yep. I can promise you that. I am very excited, very grateful. Sponsor time. Talk about it, baby. What's in the cup?
This is First Form Energy. I haven't had an energy drink in a while, guys. You brought me one to Oak Island and didn't even have it.
I know.
Because I wanted to wait for this moment right here. Honestly, don't know the flavor, but you can't get it anyway because they're sold out. But great energy drink. It has the electrolytes that I need right now after the 16-mile run I just had. Firstform.com/GTI. Get some of these. Get some of them little meat sticks Freddie be slurping down over there.
I'd be fucking touched. Hey, dude.
They're 30 years old, guys. Can't believe it either.
Yeah, when you guys are watching this, whether it's actually on Friday or at some point, we're going to be out on a fucking boat, having fun, out on 2 boats, having fun with all of our friends, and I'm very excited, thankful and grateful. We got people coming in from out of town. We got the squad here, so it's going to be
Thank God I got a new job, bro. Got holes in my sock. They were not there when I showed up today.
I can imagine you get a lot of holes in your socks with how many miles you put in. Well, I guess running socks are different.
I know. I only wear running socks. These are not running socks.
No, they aren't. And that heel is busted, bro. It's not even on your heel.
Thank God for jobs, huh?
Yeah. Shout out to the jobs.
Shout out to God, bro. Do your thing one time.
Yeah. The energy in life, like I was saying last week, is just, it's electric, man. I'm getting clarity on a bunch of fucking things. And it's just every day a new step is climbed. And even if we step back, we're like fucking Michael Jackson and we're fucking moonwalking up that bitch, bro.
Even we're stepping backwards, we're going forward.
On God, baby. On God.
I was going to say, how you feeling about turning 30, but it feels like you're feeling pretty good, man.
Feeling amazing about it. And nobody's going to fucking stop me, dude.
I was actually really excited to turn 30, too.
Yeah. I'm pumped about it. Again, I'm going to be around a lot of people I love. Going to go back home, be around even more people I love to celebrate them with them. Trying to, by the end of the month, go to a nice dinner.
We're probably going to be there at the same time.
Oh.
It's the weekend after your birthday. I'll be there. Trying to go to the Guardians game on Friday.
Maybe.
It's $1 hot dogs, $3 beers. Mandy has like 20-some people coming. I got a group of people coming.
Damn. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see. I got to see if I can make it work. I'm traveling a lot this month, so.
Yeah, that's why we got all these coming.
Yeah.
That's why I was making sure, because I'm going to be gone that weekend. That's why I want to make sure we can do it on your birthday.
Yeah. No, we'll be good.
I mean, in a couple of days. Breaking the fourth wall here, guys. I'm sorry.
But yeah, man, I'm really excited because I look at where life is right now, and I'm very happy in the sense of like my relationship, my friendships, my career, DTI, and like I just look at those like different buckets, and I'm like, how can I elevate them? How can I make them better? And like, how can I take those to the next level? And what can we do different? And this and that. And so again, I think 30. I heard MGK say it. It was like something
on Bad Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yep. And so when I heard that, I was like, dude, this is like all my thoughts are aligning.
My favorite podcast, dude.
Yeah, that was the one I listened to because he was on it. I don't listen to it other than that.
You should.
Maybe not.
It's funny, man.
One dude's a lot, dude.
Which one?
Fucking
Asian or white?
Asian.
Oh, I like Bobby.
Bobby Lee is a lot. Sorry, Bobby.
Some would say that about me.
I like Bobby Lee, but I can't consume a lot of Bobby Lee. I get drained. I don't know why.
You come to love him, man.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Bobby.
MGK.
Anyhow, MGK said something along the lines of like, when you turn 30, that's when like pretty much you line up with like your sole purpose of life and like what you're going to be. And it's on you whether you take advantage or like control of it. And
I found that interesting that he said that, considering like he got big at like 20 years old. And like that's still like his sole purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he's clean and stuff now.
I was
going
to say his life's changed a lot though.
For
the last like 6 months to a year, in the sense of like what he was doing and what he was focusing on. That song "Lonely Road" with him and Jelly Roll, aka Kelly Roll. God damn, baby.
They really call him Kelly Roll?
That's
or
what
you
they
just make that up?
No, that's what they called it.
Oh, I was like, did you make that up?
But yeah, that song was powerful. I'm done spending energy on things that like bring me down. Like I haven't done it, whether it's music. I don't listen to like fucking music that's telling me to fuck bitches and get money because
I've really changed my music taste.
Yeah.
Last time I was home, I got in the car. I picked up Dane. He got in the car. He was like, "Can we like turn something else on?" I was like, "Sorry, dude. Go ahead. This is what I listen to now."
Yep. Yeah, I was golfing when Brooks was in town. He's like, "Fro, do you want to put on your music?" I was like, "No, that ain't my music no more."
It's weird.
Yeah, I like it though. It's just
somebody flex my pipes a little bit, you know.
Show that you worked out one day last week, dude.
I meant sing, bro. Flex my pipes, my vocal pipes.
I thought you meant your fucking
pipes. Put on a song I could sing.
Yeah, sing just fucking take in. But what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the other thing I was gonna say is like fit people are better than fat people.
Whoa. Yo, please elaborate. That was random and not at all tied to anything we talked about.
No, I've been thinking lately, like how can our videos get more traction? And so like every podcast, I just want to say something outlandish, clip it, and then see like what people comment on it, because that's gonna drive comments. Like somebody's
now this episode is called "Fit People Are Better Than Fat People." Happy birthday, Fred.
And so like I have other topics that I think would be funny, and like what I mean by that comment that I just said is that
fat people, you're all pieces of shit. We hate you.
Don't take this sideways. Don't take this sideways. So I want to say outlandish things on the podcast, but then like before or after be like, watch, I'm gonna say this and let's see how the internet reacts, because like I even think about it. Like, Kamala Harris, what the fuck are you doing having Meg Thee Stallion perform at your fucking convention? What is that?
Bro,
if you were a Democrat then, you're not now if you were there.
When you sent me that, I was like, no, she's not.
Unfucking real. That I will stand by. The fit people are better than fat people was a complete joke.
Was it, though?
That was
always a tinge of truth.
That was a complete joke seeing that. I thought that somebody stitched it in, dude.
She said, you know who to vote for.
Yeah, she's like, you know who loves women bodies or something like that, and like pointed at Kamala and then started twerking.
Donald Trump also loves their bodies. He grabbed them by the pussy. That's literally a woman's body.
That's okay.
Yo, I might have said, I don't know if I sent you this or you sent me this. Also, off the rails, but I saw this video that said the same people that want you to vote for her because she's a woman can't even define what a woman is. I was crying. I was like, oh my God. The internet's savage.
Donald Trump said in an interview the other day, he like sat in on this interview that they told him and Kamala would be there. And it was in front of, it was like an African-American, like sort of like convention. I don't remember what it was. And the lady up there was just like grilling him. And she said something about Kamala Harris. And he goes, well, the first things first is the Kamala Harris I know and that I knew for a long time prior to this was Indian. She never once said that she was black. He's like, so I don't
can't
see.
remember if I sent you this. Did I send you the one yesterday?
I don't know.
It's about that, but it's just Kamala Harris. It says Kamala Harris talking to black people, and then it shows like her, and then like it says Kamala Harris talking to Indian people. It's all clips of her, and like she's like talking to like Mindy Kaling about how they're Indian and how they're both South Indian and all this shit. It's like Kamala Harris talking to white people, and bro, she says like this long like it's like all these big words. I swear to God, like 5 different events. She said the same thing like 5 different events, and they clipped it every time. I feel like I had to have sent it to you. I would have sent that. I would have sent that to literally anyone else.
No, it's just funny, and so like I want to start saying things like that and just seeing like the comments that fucking flooded because I think it would be hilarious. And again, if people listen, they're gonna know like, oh, that's not really what he said. And if they don't listen, then they're gonna go and listen and be like, oh, I got to see what this podcast is about. And so I might just randomly from now on, so you guys know that you're our loyal listeners, I might just say something outlandish, but I'll always preface it before or afterwards that like I'm doing it sole purpose of just like let's clip and see.
Is there
what it
like
does.
an actual topic around fat people and fit people, or you just wanted to say outlandish claim?
No, because if I thought that statement was true, I would be a liar because I think that all fit people are fit because of the dark thoughts that they've had.
I was once a fat person.
I was going to say, like, I thought of you, like you were once fat and now you're fit, so you don't want
but
to
I'm
get
better
back
now.
there. Yes.
Honestly.
Way better. Yeah. So maybe there is some truth. But that's not what I meant because
Get
like
fit. Find out for you.
I was talking to somebody last Friday, 2 Fridays ago, and I was explaining to them as they take this next step in their journey to get healthier, to get fit, and to work towards the goals that they're working towards. I said, hey, we have to remember that we still have to build on a foundation. We still have to start at ground zero, like we don't know anything, and build upon that because we don't want you to step foot in there as in the gym. That's a scary place for a lot of people. It was for me at one point. And then 2 weeks later, not go at all. And so I was like, what I'm going to do with programming is X, Y, and Z. We're going to start small. We're going to give you movements that you'll be able to do in the gym. But if you don't want to go that day because you're in your head about something, all right, cool. Get some bands. You can do it at home. And so we had this conversation, and it was a great fucking conversation because, again, they are ready to take it to that next level. And so the fact that we get to be in that, knowing like once when you were at your realm, you were overweight. And that happened. When I got to it, I was just like depressed and anxious as fuck. And that's what got me there. So every single person's path is different when they go to the gym. And that's what I wanted to emphasize is that it doesn't matter if you're 90 pounds or 800 pounds, whatever it is, like there's a starting point for everybody. And there's a reason why that 90-pound person is in the gym. There's a reason that that 800-pound person is in the gym. And what I stress to this person is that because they had told me what their fears were of how they were perceived in the gym. And I told them, I was like, I want you to know one thing. I was like, you're in that gym along with everybody else for a specific reason. I was like, every single person is in that gym right now working on themselves, whether it's up here that's killing them or like beating them down or this is beating them down. Every single person, there's not one person in that gym that doesn't have a motive or a reason why they're in there. There's not a lot of people that are in there just because, oh, I don't know. I don't want to, I don't know why I'm here. Nobody, I guarantee you, if you ask everybody, why do you work out? Why are you active? Why do you do this? Everybody has a fucking story that they can tie to it. Every single person.
But fit people are better than you.
And so since Dylan didn't want to elaborate on that, I, being that I am now in my 30s, need to remind myself more than ever because I feel like this is the fall off point for people. Like they hit 30s and it's like, oh, I'm old. I'm not going to work out.
I'm trying to hit my prime still, dude.
Yeah. Like I need to remind myself every single day why it's important to stay active.
Goddess.
Why I need to stay healthy. Why I started in the gym in the first place and why I continue to go. Because I don't ever want my 30-year-old self, 30 in the future, to get back to where I was in my 20s. Because where I was in my 20s, in the beginning part of them, was a very, very, very dark place. And a place that I truly haven't even like told the full story yet. I've told bits and pieces of it. But for those of you that don't know, that might have started listening or just listening for the first time after
Are we
you
gonna
see that
cry
clip.
again?
I don't want to, but I don't know. No.
2 in a row.
Yeah, no, I don't want to. When my father passed away, one thing that everybody told me as they were going through the funeral line was, "You're the man of the house now." Shook my hand. You got to take care of your mom and your sister.
That's a lot of pressure on a kid, dude.
Yeah, you're the man of the house now. You're the man of the house now. And literally that would just like haunt me. And so I never showed emotions, never cried in front of my mom and my sister, was always like.
Also, kind of a fucked up thing to say in a funeral line.
I can't tell you how many people told me that, dude. Then we would be over at my granny's afterwards. People would come, bring food and all that stuff. Same thing, pull me aside. You're the man now. You got to make sure your mom and your sister are good, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right. And so I never realized how much it weighed on me until.
You also got to make sure you're good.
And I wasn't making sure of that. So not only was I not showing them my emotions, I was doing it in a dark fucking closet where nobody could see. I wasn't showing them to you. I wasn't showing them to my best friends. And so granted, there was times where that would come out, but the majority of the time I was taking all of that and holding it in. And it got me to a point where that, tied with everything else in life, got me to a point where like I didn't want to be here anymore. And I never thought about taking my own life, but
You mean be here like as in
literally
the world?
Yeah. Like I didn't think I deserved to be here. But again, I never got to the point where I was like, how can I do this to myself? Never got there. But it got to the point where like I would be completely numb. I'd be sitting at dinner with friends and I'd be like, oh my God. I would be in my bed with headphones in my ears. So those dark, dark thoughts, like the darkest of thoughts would go away. And I'm sitting there like, nope, stay positive, stay positive. And that gym is what pulled me out of it. Going there day in and day out, every single day for unknown reason. I have no idea why I started it. I have no idea what got me to go there. I was never in the gym prior to that, like on a consistent basis, like trying to meet goals and stuff like that. And through that time is when I got myself further and further away from those thoughts that I was having. And then through that, I was around people that were working out. So then they would talk about their nutrition, and then they would talk about their diets that they were doing, or they were talking about the races that they were doing. Like there was a lot of people around me because Dallas was like an active city. And then I started becoming friends with the trainers that were there. And then I would see people at our pool that went to that gym. And so then I started getting around this community without realizing that I was getting around this community that was playing such an instrumental role in all of this. And so when I was going through and when I was like depressed and anxious, like none of my family knew that I was like that. I didn't share that either. I kept it all in. I didn't start talking about it until you and I started DTI. And then it slowly morphed into me telling bits and pieces of that story. And I remember my sister asking me one time, like, how come you haven't even like told me the full story? And it's just like, it'll come out when it needs to come out.
Yeah.
And truthfully, like some of it might not ever see the day of light because again, I don't want to relive that. It was awful. And so as I sit here 30 years old now, making it through that, I just like, I'm so fucking proud of myself. I look back and I'm like, damn, like, dude, not only are you doing all this stuff, not only are you seeing all of this success, not only are you smiling more than you're not smiling, not only do you have this great energy and community and city around you that you're living in now, but like you pulled yourself out of a dark, dark place. And I hope that I can take those stories when I'm in my 30s and start talking on stages. We can take this to the next level after that conversation that hopefully you guys watched last week's episode. If not, go and give it a watch because I think that is going to continue to elevate this to what it's supposed to be. But when I say there's nothing that's going to get in our way, we allude and we talk about the things that we think, but we never stop. And I don't think throughout our time doing DTI, we have ever got to a point where it's like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Oh, I don't see the purpose in it anymore. Oh, I don't see the drive in it anymore. Even when we were posting minimal, we still believe in what this logo stands for. We still believe in what we're building and what we're doing because we know it can impact people. And so again, as it ebbs and flows, I think it ebbs and flows up like this. And so again, just continuing those things, those movements, those things that bring that positive energy, not listening to rap music anymore, not eating out as much, not this, not that. All of those things are helping that movement go up, whether it's DTI related or not, but just in life in general. And so the more that we can talk about this stuff, the more that I can allude on those stories that I went through, the more that I can talk about those things that I went through, I think it's just going to continue to enhance all areas of my life and our life as we talk about those things. And so I want everybody to be fit and healthy. I also realize that everybody's bodies are different, but what I don't want is people to be discouraged because of the state that they're in currently right now. And I think that this is the message of that comment is everybody is in different stages of life. Everybody's at different starting points. Everybody's at different points throughout their journey that have been doing it just as long. And so everybody is chasing something in life, whether it's positive or negative, and some things they don't even realize they're chasing.
Yeah.
And so how can we or you take your life or help somebody in their life to elevate it and find some sort of stability to go forward and not just stay at this even plane that they're in right now? And again, it starts with substituting things out. It starts with walking. It starts with those little things to be able to build on that. And so wherever you are in your journey, this is what I meant by that comment is your starting point is your starting point. Don't look at others around you. Don't look at the environments that you're in. Don't look at anything other than yourself in the mirror, knowing that you want to change whatever area that is in your life and just figure out how you can start on that every single day. Again, building those little habits on top of each other so that way they compound to see results that ultimately you want to get down the road.
The ebb and flow is always going to be there. You're always going to see the up and down. But like if you zoom out, it's always trending upward. It just seems like when you're in the low, you can only focus on the low. But I was going to
Shout
ask
out low.
I was going to ask you, because you talked about like this decade. I was going to say like, what do you kind of want to accomplish in the next year? But I actually think like the thing should be just, we need to start being more open on here. And I feel like we got a lot of good feedback on the last episode.
Yeah.
That like actually dropped, not the last one. But I think we are actually going to on the last one as well.
Yep.
I think that that's going to be kind of a shift because I think like if we continue to get that, same with the newsletter, I was a little more open on like what's actually going on.
Mm-hmm.
The more that we put that kind of energy out, I think people are going to gravitate towards it, and we're going to be like, okay, it might be time to start actually sharing some deep shit now.
Yeah, because it's relatable. Again, you see stuff on social media that's just so fabricated. Like it's not how life is. And it's anything. I'll focus on the physical part because that's what we've talked about. But like you see these people that post these gym workouts and they're fucking fit as hell. They're this, they're that. That is amazing. I am not saying that they should not be fit as hell.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that person that's not sees that and scrolls through it, or it doesn't even pop up on their For You page because they get discouraged by that. I get discouraged by it sometimes. And I'm like, fuck, why don't I look like, how do I get this bigger? Like, how do I? Don't do it. I thought you were going to like make a joke.
I wasn't. But now you made it weird.
How do I make this bigger? How do I work on this? How do I expand my endurance? Like whatever it is, it gets discouraging because then you like that one and then another one pops up and another one pops up and another one pops up and you can use that as motivation. But somebody that isn't even at the starting line yet doesn't use that as motivation. And so how can we share our stories to know like, fuck, they started at this point. They're talking about their starting line. They're talking about before they got there. And that's where I'm at right now. That's what I need to hear and to realize. And so, like you said, I think if we continue to share that stuff and it gets clipped properly, it will draw more people in. And again, we'll have more people in the DMs being like, hey, you should have this person on. Mm-hmm. Or we have somebody like a Phil that we have brought up far too many times.
I was just about to say, we got to get Phil back.
Yeah.
Not back on.
But even like then doubling and tripling down and getting Zach on that we've talked to, who's been so instrumental in your life and that journey and that
about
starting point. I know, I can't wait.
Actually, you already met him.
Yeah, at this point I have already met him.
Which the next episode will actually be probably very Colorado based. It'll be a lot about what's going on there.
Yep. Yeah, we leave for that this coming week. But again, shining light on before that starting line and realizing like the common everyday person.
I'm sorry about this ice, guys. This shit is hitting though. I gotta drink it.
Right? That's why I keep fucking sipping this coffee.
Okay, bro.
It's gone.
Mine's not. But yeah.
Yeah. So again, even if you're not at the starting line right now, see how you can get there. Focus on you to be the ultimate person that you can be.
That felt like the wrap up. You always do this to me. It feels like you're wrapping up and then you look at me and you're like, what?
Dylan brought up the newsletter, so we'll take a little sponsor break. Talk about the newsletter first.
I thought you were about to sponsor that.
I'm going to.
You already slurped it down at the beginning of this episode.
Oh, I did. So yeah, I can do that again. But sign up for our newsletter because I think that will help you get to your starting line. I think that will help you start visualizing things no matter where you are. If you're already on the fucking track running, or if you're not even there yet, you're getting your shoes on, go and subscribe to our newsletter. There are a wide range of things that are on Dylan and I's mind, but it kind of gives you guys that perspective of just Dylan's mind and just my mind and what's on at that time.
Also, just open up the little drop down, look at the rest of our sponsors. I need help.
And First Form, go and get yours. Athletic Brewing Co., best non-alcoholic beer. Fucking sunglasses. It's summertime. Go and get those. Optic Nerve. Go get our merch. We have blender bottles. Heard if you buy a blender bottle, then it like gets you to the starting line because you're putting like a little effort in. So go and buy those.
Also, we have merch that's gonna be. You'll be able to see it. We don't know if it's gonna be official yet, but we're making our own merch for ourselves right now.
Yep.
Which we need to do more often.
Yeah, but we're working towards things. So let me ask you this. We're both 30 now. I want to know what you not want out of the next 5 years, but like if you could tell yourself something right now, and you probably hate doing this shit.
I do. Like, I really do.
What would you look back on in the future and be like,
that I want to accomplish in the next 5 years?
Mm-hmm. Or just like in general in life? Like, let's
okay. Be a little more specific. What are you asking me exactly?
Let's position it in the way of what do you want out of your 30s? Like, what do you want to look back when you turn 40 and be like, damn, I accomplished that, or we accomplished that?
So it's not something that I tell myself?
Or something you want to tell yourself. Like, when you hit 40, if you can look back and either hear yourself say something or hear what you want out of this decade.
I think that I would, if I was just telling myself something, it would just basically be like, it's all going to work itself out. Mm-hmm. Like, no matter what you do, it's all going to work itself out. But if I have something I want to accomplish in my 30s, the main things that stand out outside of DTI, because we talk about that a lot, are that I want to be a published author and I want to start a family. Those are probably the two biggest ones. I like kind of feel bad saying I want to be a published author first, but I'm hoping it comes first. So
there we go. Can stick to that, make that a goal. That's cool. I think definitely, and I'm only putting it first because you just said it, but excuse me, good God, I shouldn't have chugged that coffee.
Yeah, it wasn't. No one wanted you to do that.
I also want to have a family in the next 10 years, and
I said, now he gets to fucking put it first.
Cool. Yeah, that's just because you
Learn
said
from
that.
Mistakes about it.
And I hope that by the time I am 40, I can look at this episode and both of us are fully self-employed, and DTI is running self-sufficient in the sense of bringing in income.
If I'm a published author, does that count as being self-employed?
What I mean is I want the income driving for us to only be focused on DTI.
Okay.
So look back and we're working for ourselves, building this to the heights that it's supposed to be, impacting the world. And by then, I think I'll be on a big stage in front of a lot of people, telling stories, shedding tears, but hopefully impacting.
I always say I don't know if I ever want to be on a big stage, but I think I do.
Yeah.
I always say I don't know. Like, I really don't think it's for me. I don't really like public speaking.
See, when I go to concerts, dude, I like get emotional looking around. Like,
oh, me too.
I'm like,
concerts make me real emotional though, but I'm really emotional with just music in general.
But I'm like, this can be me
playing a guitar up there.
No, everybody's around just listening to me. Fucking tell my story. Have powerful people in there.
This dude's watching like his favorite artist is thinking, I could be up there talking to these people right now.
I start like tearing up about it, bro. I'm
like, this isn't even a sad song. I got fucking know.
I'm at like a fucking Kevin Gates concert, and he's just fucking rapping, and I'm just like, this could be me. I'm serious, dude. I get emotional at concerts because I'm like, this one day will be the type of like, I'm going to have this type of impact where like I can bring people together for something that's making them all better, and hopefully like,
yeah,
inspiring them to go and tackle their
You
dreams.
have the desire to inspire.
I do have the desire
That's
to
what
inspire.
I've heard.
I do. I'm getting that tatted on me somewhere one day.
I really want to get a tattoo recently, and I have a couple like that I might actually get this week. We'll see how I'm feeling. I'm feeling frisky or not. But I keep telling myself that I'm getting inspired tattooed on me and just not tell you and just show up one day with inspired on my arm.
I'd be so pissed because I'm pretty sure I brought up how I wanted to get desire and inspired on my wrist, and you were like, "We got to get the tattoo together."
Yeah, I've really considered getting inspired on me multiple times already.
You should do it because then I'll go and get it done.
I think I'm just gonna have a lot of words on me. I think that's gonna be what my tattoos are.
Okay.
I already have two, and one of the things I want to get is also a word, and now that's also a word. So we're up to 4 words and just one other thing that I'm gonna get.
Yep. Do you, baby?
We'll see. I might come back tatted. Actually, you might see me in Colorado tatted.
Deal. Yeah, saying like speaking up in front of people. I think one day it's finally going to click that it really isn't as hard as people make it seem, but it's the effort that people put in on
To
why
speak?
they don't see. No, just to achieve anything.
In general.
One saying that always sticks to me and that has always stuck with me, and I didn't know why until recently, is when I should not have done that right in the mic. I apologize.
I should have done that, but I couldn't help mine.
One thing that I remember when doctors would come in and speak to our classes.
I don't know why I thought you were about to say Dr. Seuss. The way you said doctors with the S at the end, I really thought you were about to say Dr. Seuss. I'm like, where the fuck is he going?
Nope. But like when people would come in and public speak, or you hear athletes talk, or you hear like these people that made it talk, they're always like, and you guys can do it too. If I can do it, you can do it. And I always wanted to be like, fuck you. Because like it never made sense. Like, why does everybody say this?
Flip it into the crowd. I did it, but you fucking can't.
Honestly, that's what I might say. I might say I did it and you fucking can't because you won't put in the work to be able to do it. That is solely what it comes down to. And
That could be a good keynote, actually.
that could. Maybe, hey, save this. Thank you. Don't edit it out.
When do I edit anything out except for one word?
But everybody would always stand at the front of the classroom or at the front of whatever and be like, if I can do it, you can do it too, because I came from a bad place and blah, blah, blah. And I never got it.
Because you can't as a child. You can't comprehend that.
But I don't think a lot of people get that through their life. Because if they did, I think more people would be way more successful. But the thing is that a lot of people hear this stuff. They read those motivational books. They start, but they don't realize that you have to do it over and over and over and over and over and keep elevating and all this stuff, because they get in their own way or somebody on the outside says something, so they stop. And yes, we can do it. Anybody can do it. But the thing is, are you going to put in that effort to be able to do it? And that's where I think a lot of people lack. And I think that's where a powerful story or a powerful keynote type thing can be one day.
So you're going to write your first speech soon?
Maybe.
I have a whole bullet points of what my speech would be if I had one.
Yeah. It's just, I hated that saying, and I still hate it, because I don't think people then are able to emphasize what it truly means. Like, I don't think anybody ever says that and then elaborates on what they mean by that. Yeah. All they say is that surface level thing, and then it's like, oh yeah, and I got this and that, and you guys, like, they never say like what does that mean? So I want to
do it.
Yes. Like, I want to be that person that goes into those classrooms. Or I want to be that person that stands on that stage. I want to be that person in front of somebody that's like, I did it and so can you, because. But a lot of you won't do it because.
You're a lazy piece of shit. Bitch.
So, yeah. So that's what I hope, is that in our 30s, we get to that point where DTI is running self-sufficient, and that's what we're doing. That's who we're employed by. And I hope that we have like friends and family that are working, I'm going to say for us, but with us to build it, that have the same mindset and drive whatever area that is. So that's way,
the ultimate goal, is always employ the people around you.
Yeah.
Fucking bring the whole crew along.
Yep. And just fucking have fun, dude, and start really living life. Just living life, having carefree thoughts, and just going and living your dreams, making it possible, making it reality.
I just got a headache.
Well, it's probably the energy drink. So we'll end it there, folks. Just know that I love all of you guys. I'm going to start saying just random fucking stuff. Some of it's going to be funny. Some of it's going to be like, where the fuck did that come from? Because, again, I want to see what the internet does with it, because the internet just loves fucking controversial stuff. Or
George Bush doesn't like black people. That's Kanye. He said that on TV.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I never saw that. But in the meantime, we are going to go and have some fun over the next couple of weeks. We pre-recorded these episodes so that way we can achieve the things that we need to, the things that we have responsibilities for. So we're going to go and enjoy Colorado. We're going to enjoy the boat for my birthday, and we are going to enjoy every other area of life. So I hope you do too. Have the desire to inspire. Kiss your mama for us. It's on.
Peace.